What's going on, Griffs? I am Reese Sales with Game Day Coordinator Eric Hitch, and welcome to the 4th episode of the Griffins Nest, where we talk everything Gwinnett Mercy University athletics, from game highlights to pregame analysis and insider interviews with student athletes, coaches, and administrators. What's going on, Eric?
What is going on, Reese? Another week, another Griffins Nest.
Got a big week ahead of us today. Lots of information to share to us, fellow Griffins. As always, Griffs, we're going to start with your players of the week. We have our last round of all Atlantic East Conference selections for your volleyball team. Player-wise, Ashley Brown honored all AEC first team. Bria Purnell and Ayana Gaston both honored all AEC second team.
Yeah, Brown, her second straight year being honored as first team. Wow. Damn. Yeah, congratulations to Ashley Brown, first and foremost. It was her second straight year where she finished with first team honors. She finished the year with 203 kills, which is 9th in the Atlantic East, and a league best, a .325 hitting percentage. She ranked 7th in points with 270. Thanks to 27 aces, 22 solo blocks, and 36 block assists as well. And she also finished this year 6th on Gwinnett Mercy University's all-time kill list with 685 over her 4-year career. So not a bad way to cap off Ashley Brown's senior season, and she is definitely going to be someone that's hard to replace for the Griffins. Moving on to the second team, senior outside hitter Bria Purnell also garnered all Atlantic East Conference team, as she was, again, second team mention. She was part of the AEC Weekly Honor Roll on October 23rd. And to finish this season, she had 319 points, 5th in the conference, was 5th in kills with 282, and she scored 282 kills on a .121 hitting percentage, landing 24 aces and also making 21 blocks. So she did it all, not only offensively, but also getting her points defensively with the blocks as well. Purnell also recorded 109 digs and finished her collegiate career 4th on Gwinnett Mercy University's all-time kill list with 893 over her 4-year career here at Gwinnett Mercy University. So again, congratulations to Bria Purnell, and again, another senior that's going to be very hard to replace for the Griffins. And finally, Ayana Gaston, major contributor to the Griffins' success with the league's second best numbers in assists with 751 and aces 56. She also surpassed 1,000 career assists with a career-high 51 assists and a 3-1 Ursinus College tri-match victory over King's College, PA, and made 5 appearances on the Atlantic East Conference Weekly Report with Specialist Players of the Week's titles on October 2nd, 9, and 6. She also finished the season with 32 kills, 208 digs, and 34 total blocks. So Ayana Gaston, the sophomore, big sophomore year. Usually we hear about the sophomore slump. It's complete opposite for her.
Yeah, Eric, congratulations to those 3 players on their amazing seasons, as well as first-year head coach Lauren Yancer and assistant coach Nick Pacey were honored with Atlantic East Conference Coaching Staff of the Year.
Yeah, pretty impressive, Reese. Rookie coach coming into her first year. Not to mention, she actually graduated from Gwinnett Mercy University 2021. So she played with a lot of the seniors this year. Ashley Brown even mentioned her as being a big leader for her freshman campaign here at Gwinnett Mercy University. And also Bria Purnell also thanks Coach Yancer for all the insight she gave her into the sport, and also just what a great leader she was when she was on the team. So, I know for a lot of coaches it's probably hard coaching players that you played with in your collegiate career, but Coach Yancer just immediately made an impact on the court for the Griffins. And again, congratulations to both her and Pacey getting Coaching Staff of the Year.
All right, Eric, I know it's sad to see him go, but that is the end of all our fall seasons and fall players of the week. Now we are fully into the winter season, where we have 3 players who are honored for the basketball weekly honor roll. Our first two players on the men's basketball team, both getting Atlantic East Conference Weekly Honor Roll, Aziz Parker and DJ Johnson. Aziz averaging 15.3 points, 7 rebounds, just under 2 assists, and just under 2 steals.
Yeah, Aziz Parker, so the Gwinnett Mercy University men's basketball program traveled to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania over the weekend to take part in the Chatham University Tip-Off Classic, where they had a couple tough games. They actually took on the number 5 ranked University of Mount Union, and they gave Mount Union a run for their money as they barely lost an 89-82 overtime loss, unfortunately. But Aziz Parker again was a major headline in that game. Aziz Parker in the game against Mount Union with a team high 16 points, 2 assists, and 6 rebounds. So big day at the office for Mr. Parker.
And how about the sophomore DJ Johnson? He's averaging 7.5 points, 5 rebounds per game, 3 assists. And how about this, Eric? This is a hard stat to get. Almost 2.5 steals per game.
Yeah, Rookie of the Year last year in the Atlantic East Conference, DJ Johnson, continuing to pick up right where he left off, and excited to continue to see his growth in year 2.
All right, moving on to women's basketball, where you had one player getting Defensive Player of the Week, and that player was Sydney Kesselman. She garnered 24 rebounds, 10 blocks, and 4 steals. That is some defensive stats, Eric.
Yeah, congratulations to graduate forward Sydney Kesselman, who actually was a transfer from Cabrini this year, and it can never be easy going from one team to another and implementing a new coaching style this quickly, but Kesselman right away showing defensively that she is an anchor for that Griffins defense, and all these blocks came over the weekend when the Gwinnett Mercy University hosted the Gwinnett Mercy tip-off tournament, their annual Gwinnett Mercy tip-off tournament, I should say, where they took on Penn State Berks and Penn State Abington with wins. So congratulations to Sydney Kesselman on the Defensive Player of the Week.
All right, Eric, moving on to our game highlights. This past Wednesday, it was the annual Battle of 309. For those of you who don't know what the Battle of 309 is where both basketball teams take on the Arcadia Knights, the team just down Route 309. Griffins sadly could not come up with a win either way. We'll start out with men's basketball. They sadly going to beat Arcadia, losing 80-74.
Yeah, Reese, you said Battle 309, probably one of the biggest games in all of sports here at the Gwinnett Mercy University campus, and it was a very close affair almost the entire game, as going into halftime, both teams were even at 34-34. Coming out of the half, the Knights were off to a hot start as they took a quick 10-point lead over the Griffins, 48-38 early in the second half, and then it kind of just was all Knights from there. Griffins tried to continuously cut the deficit as they made it to as little as 3 points, but then Knights just kept pulling away and eventually leading to an 80-74 conclusion. Queel Stewart, 15 points. Johan Vincent, 15 points. Devin Benson, 12 points. Mike Maribel, 8 points. And we're seeing a common trend here is it seems like any given night someone on Gwinnett Mercy can go off and score, but unfortunately for Arcadia, it just seems like Arcadia was the better team that night. And actually for the Griffins, it just sometimes doesn't go as your way, especially when Arcadia has a player the caliber of Jalen Watkins, who we saw last year here in the Griffin complex, just an athletic freak who finished yesterday with 18 points, a steal, 3 blocks, and how about this, 22 rebounds. That's a pretty impressive stat line from Jalen Watkins. So, again, a very tough, hard-fought match. And all these games so far, other than really when Carlow University was, quite frankly, blown out by the Griffins, they've been pretty close matchups. But, again, it's early on, a lot of new pieces for the men's basketball team, and I expect them to get back on their winning tracks here against Delaware Valley University on Tuesday.
Yeah, Eric, tough one for the Griffs, but they'll bounce back as always. They move to 2-2 on the season. Now for the women's team and their battle of 309, taking a really tough loss to Arcadia, losing 82-56.
Yeah, Gwen and Mercy University women's basketball suffering their first loss on the season, and unfortunately, right from the tip, it really didn't look close at all. As the first quarter alone, Griffins were outscored at 26-9. Excuse me. And here's even more of a shocking stat that I'm seeing right here. Gwen Mercy finished 5 of 31 from the field, which is only 16%, which is just too much to overcome, for the Griffins, as they would fall 82-56 to the Knights. So a clean sweep for the Knights in the Battle of 309 this year. Obviously, we're going to be looking to get revenge next year, but sticking with the women's team, Lindsay Eggers finished with a team-high 14 points and 2 steals, also finishing with 2 defensive rebounds and 3 offensive rebounds. And again, a big turning point for this game again was Gwen and Mercy struggling defensively to bring in the rebounds, as Arcadia gathered 22 rebounds, leading to 25 second chance points. And then also another big storyline is the team struggled from beyond the three-point line. Ava Casale was the only one to have more than one three-pointer, as she finished with 14 total points. The team shot 19% from beyond the arc, while the Knights 29%. And just like in any modern-day NBA game, it's a lot of times it does come down to who makes more three-pointers. Unfortunately, this is not one of these games, as the team was just getting out-hustled, it looked like, a lot of times throughout the game. And like we said, hopefully they can bring their offensive game and get back on track when they play next on Saturday.
Yeah, Eric, speaking of Saturday, that is our only upcoming game for this week. Your women's basketball team will take on Wilkes University here at the Griffin Complex at 1 p.m. Make sure to tune in to that live stream where you can hear me and Eric give you the rundown of the game, or come out to the Griffin Complex and support your Griffins.
Yeah, and also, Reese, we probably won't record an episode before Tuesday, November 21st, but got a doubleheader right before Thanksgiving break, so make sure before you head home for the holiday, come out to the Griffin Complex, as women's basketball will be taking on Penn State Harrisburg for a 5 p.m. start, and then men's basketball taking on my alma mater, Delaware Valley University, for a 7 p.m. showdown.
We'll call that one the Battle of Reese versus Eric.
That's right.
All right, Griffs, now for our house cleaning segment. We have some good news for you lacrosse fans and players out here at Gwen and Mercy. Gwen and Mercy has just introduced Megan Sachs as the new Griffins head women's lacrosse coach. Sachs comes from Arcadia University. She was the assistant women's coach there for the 2023 season. Also an alumni from Arcadia. She ranks top 10 all-time at Arcadia University in assists, goals, points, ground balls, and draw control. So this is someone that knows the game of lacrosse. Coach Sachs was also the 2013 Arcadia University Senior Female Athlete of the Year, and she earned recognition on the 2013 All-MAC Freedom First Team.
Yeah, congratulations to Coach Sachs, and we look forward to seeing what you bring to the women's lacrosse team this year.
All right, Eric, I'm sure many of us have seen that the men's basketball team took a trip to Costa Rica not too long ago. I know you have some insight on that trip. How was that?
Yeah, so they did this actually in the preseason, right before their regular season kicked off. So I believe they went to Costa Rica, I believe the first week of November. Don't quote me on that. But it was right before the start of their season, and talking to some of the players and some of the coaches, they had a great time, and it built a lot of team chemistry. Aquil Stewart, quote, "Not only was this my first time playing basketball in another country, but it was an incredible way for me to get to know my new teammates. It was great for us to grow closer together and build chemistry right before the season." And head coach John Barron obviously, big philosophy of his is team chemistry and community service as well. And right here, quote, "Not only did we have the honor of helping out some of the underprivileged youth, but it was also a great experience to be able to play against some of the Costa Rican national teams and help build our team chemistry with practices, early practices, competition, and some awesome experiences." So I'm sure they had a great time. Looking at the pictures, it looks like a great time. I know I was up here in the cold, and I'm not a big fan of the cold, so I definitely wish I was down there with the team in Costa Rica. And if you want to read more about that, just go to the Gwinnett Athletics website. There's a gallery for you to look at. There's more to read about it. It's just a great story overall.
All right. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us in the Griffins Nest. We look forward to future episodes and victories. And if there are any topics that interest you, or if you are interested in being on the Griffins Nest, please contact Athletics Communications intern Reese Salas or Game Day Coordinator Eric Hitch. And most importantly, go Griffs!